happy to introduce the presenters of the session. Svetlana Kalkina from the University of Salamanca, Spain, that will present a presentation work together with Elena Jaganova from the Kazan Federal University. So please, Svetlana, share your screen. Svetlana is going to present implementation of a signature pedagogy in an online course for music teachers. Svetlana Kalkina graduated from the Kazan State Conservatory in piano in 2006 and started her professional career and research work at Kazan University. In 2014, earned the candidate's degree in pedagogy. And since 2018, she is a PhD student at the University of Salamanca under the supervision of Dr. Juan José Mena Marcos. Her research area focuses on the investigation of improving future museum teachers' professional skills by using the signature pedagogy approach. So, please, Svetlana, the floor is yours, and you have 25 minutes for your presentation.
Thank you so much. Let me check. Am I audible, and if my presentation is visible?
We can hear you, and your presentation is on screen.
Okay, thank you so much. Now let me start. First of all, I would like to express my deep gratitude for the invitation and the opportunity to present my report here today. Taking part in this conference really is a great honor and pleasure for me. And so let me share the title of my report, The Implementation of Signature Pedagogy in an Online Course for Music Teachers, which was prepared with my colleague from the university. The emergency situation, COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020 had changed all the education process in the institutions all over the world. Teachers from different countries and different continents should meet a great challenge in order to deliver the high quality level of knowledge to their students.
Excuse me, Svetlana, to interrupt you, but we are now seeing the first slide. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm trying now to change. I will do it in another way. Yes, some problems with the presentations, but let me do it another. Do you see now my presentation?
Yes, perfectly.
Second slide.
Now, yeah. Perfect.
Second. Okay. I'm not sure is it working. It should be working. Yes. Okay. Let me continue. I think it will be in the proper way. Now I need the first slide. And so in some subject fields, for instance, like music education, where the close interaction between teacher and students always is a core traditionally of the educational process, the new ways and methods how to teach music online, how to do that in online environment was really the very great challenge for all of us. In this context, let me remind that the different types of online courses were known approximately in the last several decades. I'm not sure that you see now my second slide. Yes, you see that. Okay, so you can see some abbreviations on the screen: Massive Open Online Course, BICO Open Online Course, Small Private Online Course, Massive Open Online Research, and other. In a case when a teacher would like to share the general knowledge with the audience without any limits, time, age, educational levels, locations, the Massive Open Online Course will be the best option. But in a case when a teacher would like to deliver the fundamental knowledge and the close interaction between a teacher and students very important, some another types should be used. For instance, some of them like small private online course. In this respect, I would like to remind very unique experience from the American researcher Penelope Pike. Probably that was really the first experience of teaching music online. I'm not sure you got now my thoughts right. It should be, but I'm not sure. Sorry. I hope so. So she organized the experiment when several students received lessons online by using technology of Skype. In the end of the experience, researcher asked students about their satisfaction, and they really got several basic knowledge of training piano skills online only. After that, teachers also talked about the satisfaction of the process, about the way for delivering their instructions, and what is more, researchers emphasized that students during the process were able to find their own sitting and hand positions, and probably that was very crucial for the success of the lessons. Close interaction between a teacher and a student is very significant part of the theory of Schulman Lee, who coined the term signature pedagogy. And the main components of this theory is the thinking, performance, and acting with integrity. So, if a teacher need to, according to this theory, teacher needs not only delivery subject knowledge to their students, not only train their professional skills, but also teach them hope and dispositions of real professionals. Despite Schulman Lee designed his theory for three professional fields only, medicine, law, and clergy, followers of him designed this issue in wide range of subject fields. Through the methods of systematic review, we studied carefully papers were published from 2006 to 2020 in order to establish which method researchers were used as a signature pedagogy. You can see a wide range of subject fields in the screen. And let me to demonstrate briefly in my subject field, art and humanities, that, for instance, the method of critic was the most popular. Researchers used it as a signature pedagogy in writing studies, theater performing, graphic design, and even modern choreography. The method of case study was popular too for history class and orchestra composer workshop. Besides, some unique methods as integrated learning in the field of journalism were used as a signature pedagogy. The most important issue in this framework is that only one, sometimes two methods were used as a signature pedagogy. From this point of view, I would like to emphasize the research work of West and Perham was published in 2006. They pointed that in any university, our students have very great professional practice, and they need not train in this practice only one or two different skills, but the set of skills. So they offer to use the complex approach and to use the set of professional skills as a complex of components future the structure of university professional practice and to characterize it as a signature pedagogy. From this point of view, we stated the research questions of our study. First of all, which online tools can replace face-to-face learning in time of emergency in teacher professional preparation? And second one, is the small private online course based on signature pedagogy affects future music teachers' learning outcomes and engagement? In order to answer this question, we studied carefully official document standards in different countries, even in different continents. So we found that the standard of music education in USA distinguishes 9 types of music lesson activities. That means in general school in USA, school children in music lessons should have to learn how to sing alone and with others, how to perform musical instruments, to improvise melodies, compose, arrange music, read and notate it, to listen, analyze and describe, evaluate music and music performances, understand relationships between music with other arts and disciplines, understand music in relation to history and culture. Also, we studied the documents in Spain, now the general school education managed by the Real Decreta. And according to this document, music lessons in Spain also need to teach the same 9 types of music activities, that they are vocal performance, instrumental playing, perception, music and listening to each, identifying, analyzing sounds, recognition, understanding musical language, reading, writing, musical notation, improvising movements, interpretation, musical assessment, and expressive practice and creation, very important too. We compared these documents with the theory of music education in Russian Federation and established that the same types of activities, maybe in another role, also should be trained in the musical lesson. So school children have to learn how to listen to music, how to play musical instruments, how to sing, to compose music. Music history and music theory activity also very important, as well as music mediated activity, musical polyartistic activity, improvising and interpretation of music. So, this set of 9 types of activities we have taken as a signature pedagogy in music education, and after that, we implemented all of them by using a small private online course based on Moodle environment. Uh, so, you can see now in the screen these all 9 types and online tools which were used. In the next slide in the table, I will show the same information in a brief way. Some standard options such as web pages, workshops, quizzes, forum, chat were used in order to organize students who study music teacher programs activities. The methodology of our research included data collections, measures, and statistical analysis. In total, 56 students participated in our experimental work. These students study music teacher undergraduate program at Kazan Federal University. Data were collected from one academic semester. The evaluation was based on the method of questionnaire, self-perception, and musical intelligence in their online activity. For the statistical analysis, we used Cronbach's algorithm, and structural equation modeling was executed through the software of Onyx. First questionnaire answers students about their self-perception of professional readiness. They answered the questions about their satisfaction and about their readiness of solo performance, ensemble performance, listening, evaluating music, artistic creation, reading, understanding music. In total result, we established that Cronbach's algorithm of our questionnaire was more than 90. This is very good result, and that means that our questionnaire was reliable, confirmed the reliability of our test. The average result of students' responses was 4.8, also very high result, and standard deviation was very close to 1 point. That means that there were no very serious distinctions between different responses of our students. A very important stage of our experimental work was the analysis of fostering students' musical skills by the means of signature pedagogy online course, which we studied by using structural equation modeling, which really the powerful tool for social scientists, which allow to estimate relationship between latent variables in circles with observed indicators in squares and structural relationship between latent variables. In this picture, in the middle, you can see the term musical intelligence was coined by Howard Gardner in order to encompass musical types of activities, composing, performance music, perception of it. In the left side, you can see criteria of music teacher professional activities, which were evaluated by teachers through the experimental work. The criteria were artistic idea, vocal skills, technical skills, creativity, music literacy, understanding, interpretation, music, and others. You can see numbers near the path. All of them are positive. That means each of these activity has a real impact on the musical intelligence, and this impact was positive. So we received very good result. In the right side, you can see instructional tasks. They were delivered also by the way of online. They are performance, composing, music lesson design, discussion, essay, project work, and others. All of them also were estimated in the aspect of effect to the signature pedagogy in music education. Impact also was positive. That means all of these instructional tasks really can organize the signature pedagogy in music education. On the second step, we estimated relationship between musical intelligence and signature pedagogy delivering online, and established also the positive impact, and that was also good result for us, demonstrated that our course uh, designing in online environment based on signature pedagogy really impact the musical intelligence, which is the really main goal of any music education. Talking about the possibility of teaching music online, the issue which is really very arguable for many people until now, we would like to share some opinions of the discussion between musicians who use digital tools in their daily professional activity. So, Matthew Hinson, composer, said that computer technologies today provides the expression an idea in much more quicker and easier way. Frank Javier, composer, who used MIDI Studio and computer lab in his professional practice, said that this equipment allows to avoid mistakes or correct them later. David Price, music teacher, said that he knows personally great number of people who had learned to play musical instruments by the YouTube only and without face-to-face interaction. Let me share some very specific moments from my own work with our students at Kazan Federal University. Maybe the most important and the most hard part of this work was the organization of their performance professional practice, because they needed to do that at home only without face-to-face interaction with a teacher. And they after that they needed to do the record and to send this record to the teacher for receiving the feedback from him. Our students told us that they did plenty attempts in order to create the best records for sending to their teacher. After that, they received feedback, some advice and recommendations how to improve their performance. And then this process repeated again and again. After that, when we analyzed the results, we noted that the process was really very effective, because even in online way, we got very good results of this very practice. In order to teach our students the hopes and dispositions of a real music teacher, just according to the theory of Schulman Lee. We organize the forum discussions also in the Moodle environment. You can see very soon, you will see in the screen the topics for forum. According to them, where the topics which are really today very arguable, and they demonstrate some problems, some challengeable issues in the music education, that is social status of a music teacher in the society, the music art in the digital age, the meaning of music for everybody, the standards in music education, traditional music instruments and digital tools, what will be better for using. You can see numbers that are the number of responses which were received from our students when they discussed these questions in the Moodle environment. Such discussions can be very fruitful because students have access in any time from any locations. They can read in their own way all the text before and argue with any position, with in any opinion. This work very important because only arguing, only thinking about very specific professional issues, they can really upgrade their own mind in order to be the real professionals in the future. In this work, in online way, our students also demonstrated themselves as a very creative persons. We offered them to do the musical poetry compositions, and they did this work extremely creative. They use the technology of telematic when they can combine, complete in the same screen several videos, several tracks, several participants can be create the same record at the same time or in different time. After that, we received the big collection of all these records and loaded them in the network, our official page of our department in the YouTube. Now all these records are available for watching and for listening in any place in our world. And this experience received a lot of comments, likes, and we really enjoy it. What is more, our work gave us not only very good learning outcomes, but also some social effect. We engaged our students to participate in the flash mob in order to support some national anniversary, for instance, the memory of famous Tatar poetry such as Abdullah Tokay, or the memory of World War II, and so on. Our students prepared the records, the singing of songs which were popular in that very time, or the songs and poetries, poems written by Abdullah Tokay. Also, these work were very creative, and after that we loaded all of them again in the network Instagram, in the official page of our department, and now they're also available from this very net for any place of the world. And this work was very really useful for our students because that was not only a learning activity but the social action, and it has really very big meaning and importance. In order to conclude, let me firstly share some benefits of online tools which really can replace face-to-face learning in a case of emergency. The design of a small private online course based on the signature pedagogy implemented by Futures of Music Teacher activity allowed our students to improve their professional skills. The process promoted the student-teacher interaction and opportunity to offer for every student task in the field of his/her professional learning environment. The small private online course allows to provide flexible, adaptive, and meaningful educational resource to accommodate students' learning, work, and life goals, and comfortable way for self-improvement of student knowledge and art creative skills through the productive training practice. Among the different benefits, let me point firstly, maybe the most important achievement of all this experience. It demonstrated that the music online teaching of music doubtlessly is possible. And now we can upgrade and improve our methods, way of teaching, the approaches. And for instance, based on signature pedagogy, we can prepare our students as a future music teachers in a very systematical and productive way. But looking at this point from the uh, another side, it is necessary to note that even today, when we returned to our traditional face-to-face teaching, we use until now some elements of online teaching, because maybe today our normal became a not a previous but a new normal. And some of these online tools very important because they provide for our students, firstly, more freedom. Secondly, very productive self-performance practice that we can organize in a very effective way. And so, if we are talking about the moving in the future, when we need to give more freedom for our students, to help them to create their personal learning environment and to follow the trend of personalization in education, online tools will be very necessary for all of us for improving our methods and approaches in education, including the music education. Thank you very much for your attention. Don't hesitate to contact me in any questions, and I'm ready and open for answering any of your questions.
Thank you so much, Svetlana, for your inspiring presentation. The theme is so much important in our learning, education. So there are no questions for you from the Q&A section, but I have a question for you, if I can. I'm so much involved in the idea of music education. So, what are, in your view, the main big problematic and difficulties of music education during the pandemic, and how, in particular, this spot course try to overcome these issues? Thank you.
Thank you so much for the questions. Really, this work was not easy for all of us, and maybe the most difficult question in all this work, and especially if we are talking about music education directly, this is the way of organizing online the productive performance practice, because in our traditional way we need very close face-to-face interaction between student and teacher, and maybe this is very crucial and pivotal component of all of this work. That was the reason why we have chosen not massive online open online course, not big open online course, but this small private online course, because it is very specific tools which allows to organize the close interaction, which provide the interaction of teacher with different students, because we can manage time to do it in some another way. We can use workshop, but after that a teacher has time, has the opportunity to contact each student directly. That is the most important thing, because the interaction in artistic way, in artistic education, the pivotal part and maybe the core of the process. So this very type was chosen, and according to my opinion, that was the most important thing which we need for implementation music education online.
And yes, I agree with you. You underlines a lot the social effect of this kind of course. So yes, it's completely in line with the need of learning during the pandemic. But especially, I want to highlight this kind of thing, especially for the music learning. And if you want to share with all the people and all the participants the link to the YouTube channel that you presented during your presentation in our chat, I think it should be useful for all the participants.
Yeah, thank you so much. I will do it right now.
Thank you so much, Svetlana.